Everyone, I wanted to go over how to avoid overeating during the holiday season. If you're trying to lose weight or trying to eat healthy most of the time, the holiday season can be a little daunting, and there's no surprise there, and you're not alone. Estimates by the Calorie Control Council show that Americans take in 3,000 to 4,500 calories at their Thanksgiving celebrations. And depending on your age, weight, and gender, most people should have 1,600 to 2,800 calories per day, and that's an entire day. So let's be honest, there are a lot of temptations when it comes to these holiday celebrations. So I've come up with a list of things to help you stay on track and avoid overeating. My name is Kim Goletz. I am the founder and CEO of Refine You, an online fitness and nutrition company, a full-time practicing physician assistant, and a certified nutritionist. The Refine You program offers an online 7-week program that is customized to you to help you reach your health and fitness goals. It provides a 360 approach for a total transformation, mind, body, and spirit. Okay, let's get to the tips. So I have these sectioned out. I'm going to give you some tips before the holiday meal, during the holiday meal, and after the holiday meal. So let's start with before the holiday meal. Don't skip meals. Many people kind of save up their calories for the special celebration, and that can actually backfire on you because you end up being so hungry that when you get to the celebration, you just start eating, and then you end up eating more than you would have if you've just eaten earlier in the day. Be sure you eat breakfast and or lunch. And if you can, try to just limit what you eat to a protein source and a veggie source, a lean protein source and a veggie source. Protein and fiber help you feel full. Another tip is you need to make sure that you drink plenty of water throughout the day. That'll, first of all, keep you hydrated, and secondly, it will help you feel full as well. Try to be active during that day. So if you can, go for a walk, maybe get a quick workout in before the holiday celebration. That also can kind of help with your mindset and kind of set the mindset of, I'm going to be healthy today. Now this goes against what most people do, is you should wear form-fitting clothing or tighter clothing that day because it'll kind of give you a gentle nudge when you're starting to overindulge a little bit. If you are contributing to the meal, be sure to bring a healthy choice as your contribution. That way, if there's really nothing else available, you have something to fall back on is what you brought. Another thing is plan ahead. So if you have 1 or 2 dishes that you just can't do without, like your grandma's blueberry pie or pumpkin pie or something like that, then pick a few things that you for sure will indulge in. And then for the rest of the time and for the rest of the meal and for the rest of your choices, try to stay on the healthier side, stick to, lean protein, veggies. Don't waste your carbs and your fat on something that you don't really enjoy all that much and that isn't really worth it. Save your treat for what is worth it to you to splurge on. This is really important. You don't want to feel like you're depriving yourself. You want to enjoy yourself. So be sure to pick a few things that you will indulge on and then try to eat and make healthier choices the rest of the day. Okay, so now we are moving on to during the meal. So tips during the meal. The first tip is stay away from the table with the food, because that way you won't be mindlessly like just picking stuff up and eating it and nibbling on things, because those little things add up, and they add up quickly, more quickly than you really realize. Another tip is keep a drink in your hand as much as you can, and I'm preferably water. But if you are going to partake in adult beverages, just be sure to choose wisely on these beverages. Don't go for the heavy kind of wheat beers if that's not something you really love, stick with champagne or spirits or something like that. I do actually have a post on how to choose wisely as far as alcoholic beverages on my blog, so feel free to check that out. Another thing is alcohol kind of decreases your resistance to temptation. So when you've been drinking alcohol, you're more prone to kind of give in to those temptations as far as food. Limit yourself to 1 plate of food and try to make that plate a small plate. Don't get one of those ginormous plates and fill it completely full of food. Get a smaller plate, and if you fill it with food, it'll look like to you you're eating quite a bit when you're actually just being controlled with your portion sizes with that smaller plate. And then another tip is be sure to serve yourself. Don't let somebody else serve you. Be sure to serve yourself, because that way you can limit your portion sizes, and be sure to serve yourself what you want to eat, and don't eat to be polite. I know that's a big thing. Somebody else has made something and you don't want to feel bad about not eating something, but do what's right for you and eat what you want to eat, and then just be sure to get smaller portion sizes on that smaller plate. Be sure to drink plenty of water throughout the meal. That will also help you feel full. And then on top of that, what you want to choose to eat first matters quite a bit. So you don't want to eat the carbohydrates or bread or roll or something like that first. I would stick with the protein and the veggies first, because they help you feel satiated and they don't stimulate your hunger hormones like the carbs do. So avoid eating carbs first, eat the veggies, eat the protein first, and that will also help prevent you from overeating. I know you've probably heard this before, but it's the real deal, people. Eat slowly. Be sure to chew your food. The meal is not a race, it's a marathon. So eat slowly, chew your food thoroughly. This allows your food to settle and allows your body to tell your brain that you're getting full. So take your time, eat your food, keep yourself busy by talking to other people. That will also kind of slow your eating down and help slow your eating down. Play a game if it's before the meal and you're doing appetizers or something. Talk to people at the dinner table, enjoy yourself, and that will also prevent you from eating too quickly and eating too much. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next day. Now, if you are used to eating pretty healthy, and if you indulge yourself by having too much salt, too much sugar, too many calories in general, you will have what I call a food hangover. It's a real thing. It's not something I make up. It is a real thing. And here is a few tips on how to help you get over that food hangover the next day. With a food hangover, you might feel lethargic, you might feel really hungry the next day, you might feel bloated, your hands might be swollen, you may even have an upset stomach. It kind of affects people differently, but ultimately you just feel yuck the next day. So what I usually do to help with this food hangover is I drink plenty of water. Tip, this is a reoccurring theme. Before, during, after, really you should be drinking enough water on a day-to-day basis. I also have a blog on why this is important, so check that out. Another thing that I like to do the next day is get moving. Go for a walk, do a workout, do something, get moving. That'll kind of help you get over that yuck feeling. And then the third thing, and the most important thing, is get back on track with eating clean, healthy foods. It takes your body some time to kind of get over and kind of detox itself from eating things that you don't normally eat or overeating a little bit. So give your body time, be patient, drink plenty of water, get moving, and get back on track. Speaking of track, if you are tracking your food like my clients do in the Refine You program, I wouldn't consider not tracking your food on the holiday day celebration, because that kind of puts you in the wrong mindset or a unhealthy mindset that day, because you're going to be stressed about what you're eating, you're going to be worried about it, you're going to be trying to track your food. And I would say don't worry about tracking your food that day. I would just stick with the tips that I provided you, because those in itself will help prevent you from overeating. And it will also allow you to just kind of relax, enjoy yourself, choose those couple, treats that you want to indulge yourself in, and then just do as best you can the rest of the day. If you are tracking, you may end up going over what you normally eat, but that's okay. It's a holiday celebration, and going over one day isn't going to be the end all be all of everything, and it's not going to erase everything that you've done so far. It's one day. I always tell my clients, move on to the next meal, move on to the next day, no guilt. You're allowed to indulge yourself, you're allowed to live life, and that is what the Refine You program is all about, is teaching you how to kind of have your cake and eat it too. If you would like to learn more about the Refine You program, please feel free to check out my website. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Refine You on Instagram, on Facebook, Refine You 1. And then also, I would love to answer any questions you have, so feel free to contact me directly through my website, www.refineyou.co. I would love to help you be the healthiest you possible.